the high seas. Pisces, cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Aquarius, welcome to your May 2019 reading with me, you guys. And this month we're going to get started right with the tarot. So I did shuffle your guys' cards, and what we wound up with as a pre-underlying energy is the Ten of Wands. So right away, I know that many of you are out there working really hard trying to complete something in May. The Ten of Wands is a completion. Every 10 in tarot does represent some sort of completion. So you could be reaching the end journey to a person, place, or thing in your life. I feel that it'll be different for all of you. But one of the things that comes up with the Ten of Wands is burden. So this is speaking to certain burdens in your life, Aquarius, whether you're aware of them or not. You know, you guys are very helpful people. So this is just speaking to that sort of weight on your back, weight on your shoulder kind of energy. And the Ten of Wands is sometimes talking about laying that down, putting that to rest so that you can feel lighter and, you know, make things a little bit easier for yourself. Because sometimes these wands don't entirely belong to you. This could be other people's responsibility that you're carrying as well. Just responsibility in general. This may or may not have something to do with creating, manifesting, because we do have fire here. This is quite a lot of fire energy here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but again, maybe expression, creativity, manifestation, action even. But we do have the Ten of Wands. Let's see what's behind that, Aquarius. The Ten of Pentacles. So this is most likely related to family, home environment, or career. I do see some burdens as far as financial success. The Ten of Pentacles sometimes is longevity, so the next 10 years of your life. Yeah, there's something here that's getting pretty heavy financially, or in a job, a career, maybe in a home, family, because this does speak to inheritance and things like that. So there's just some burdens there, Aquarius, but you have two tens coming up. And before we start with your tarot cards, I just wanted to mention to you guys that this is my fourth time trying to start your video because I was just having some difficulties. So, you know, I can't help but to think that maybe that might be a sign out there. Some of you guys may be feeling slight irritation in May just because of certain things going wrong, like just certain things that just irritate you. I mean, when you're already carrying 10 wands, it's like your plate is already full, you know what I mean? So it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. I am hearing that for you guys, that little minuscule tasks that are you know, going through error or flaw, or just things messing up, you know, like forgetting your car keys, locking yourself out of your house, like little things that would normally not send someone over the edge. Like in this kind of energy, yeah, those of you who are carrying this kind of energy here, especially financially or in the job, in the home, in the family, in a relationship, yeah, you're already so overburdened with things elsewhere that small things may seem a bit more tedious and irritable. Okay, I felt that energy as a reader coming into this reading. Now I feel a little bit better after I've lit some sage, but yeah, I can tell the Aquarius reading is kind of filled with that kind of energy, things that are burdensome, a lot of responsibility, and it seems as if you're walking a path that is quite challenged. But I like to see that you guys are enduring that and working really hard at the end game. So you do have two tens, Aquarius, completion, and you could also be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn burdens. So let's go ahead and get started with this reading, Aquarius. We're going to get 4 cards, one for the first week of May, second week, third week, fourth week, and then we're going to do some clarifying, okay? So this is for Aquarius for May 2019. What was the first week of May? What's the first week of May message for Aquarius, May 2019? Aquarius energy, May 2019 for Aquarius. So, okay, right away, we have 2 cards popping out, which is fine, but we have that 10 of Pentacles. With this time, it's coming out with the 7 of Pentacles. So wow, May is definitely having something to do with this 10 of Pentacles for you guys, and burdens as far as that. So we have 2 cards. Those came out together, and then the underlying energy is this 9 of Wands. So remember, before we had the 10 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is a card that comes before that. So is it Could it be so? Could it be possible that this is what's happening behind the scenes of that ten of Wands? So this is what you're fighting. This is what your battles are linked to. We do have a lot of fire energy. These two cards definitely speak to a little bit of hostility in the career, maybe. Having to stand up and fight for a certain career position. Definitely some competition and, you know, defensiveness around you. Whether that be you who's being defensive, Aquarius, and if so, you have a right to be defensive, because I see that there are some people in your home, people in your work environment, maybe even people in your family who just don't want the best for you as far as the future. Like, this is you standing up now for your stability and your security, your success, and you're thinking about the next, you're trying to secure the bag is what you're trying to do. That's what I'm seeing here, which is basically securing yourself for the next 10 years. But we do have this battle. Like, there's something here that you feel is very worth fighting for, or at least you do under the surface, the Nine of Wands, and under that is the King of Wands. So some of you guys definitely have fire energy surrounding you, whether it's someone outside of you or if it's just someone who's taking on those characteristics. I do see these two men, whether they're fire signs or not, they could benefit from taking on, that's why they're both holding on to that wand, just like the King of Wands. So there's something here that needs to be, like, you need to take action. Even with this King of Wands behind him, I just saw that there's the Five of Wands. So what is going on, Aquarius? Very fiery energy. No wonder I picked up on a little bit of irritability and stress, frustration. It's because you guys are dealing with, and you're probably doing it with grace. You know, Aquarians are very stressed out people, but that doesn't stop you from being a people person. It doesn't stop you from socializing and, you know, just kind of carrying on throughout your day. But the energy that I'm picking up on, Aquarius, is someone who's fighting for something, someone who's defensive, wanting to protect something. This is also a very protective vibration. Maybe there's some kind of career that you're trying to protect, or you're something in your future, something in your family. So very, very interesting, Aquarius. I am picking up on something you need to take action for, something you need to defend. Let's see the second week of May. What's going on in the second week of May? Okay, now that card just came out quite weird. It's kind of on its side, and I'm going to go ahead and follow my intuition, Aquarius, and put this in reverse, because it did look like it tried to reverse itself. And yeah, so that Ten of Pentacles and that Ten of Wands is definitely a theme for you guys in May, especially the first couple of weeks. Your underlying energy is showing up here in your actual spread now. So something very weird going on there, but I do like to see that burden that was affecting you in May. There's something about the second week of May, which is where we are now as I'm recording. It's May 12th today. You're gonna be trying to release that and drop that. On the second week of May, there is some kind of burden that is dropped. Underlying energy, Three of Cups. So you could be celebrating the end to some sort of burden. I mean, this is like a huge, like, you know that energy where someone's like, like literally their shoulders drop. They take a deep breath of relief. Like, sheesh, this is like a very relief. I feel a lot of relief coming in. I don't know what is, it's like a pardon, like you're pardoned from this burden. Yeah, and it's released from you the second week of May, and then maybe some of you guys go out and celebrate. For some of you, this is like the finalization of a marriage ending, like the final divorce. I don't know why that's coming to me. For some of you, this is very much money related, job, home. Like, I don't know if some of you are selling a home and it finally sells. Like, there's something good about the second week of May as far as that burden you were carrying. There's going to be less responsibility that you're celebrating. Do you see what I mean there? Like, you guys were secretly overwhelmed for so long. It's like, I don't know if there are specific friendships involved with this, because we do have the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is a very social energy. It's, you know, celebration energy. Sometimes it's three friends going out to drink. I don't know if this was a third party that you were burdened with for a very long time, whether that be three people, places or things, work, family, children. You know, it could be any three things. It could be three different emotions. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio showing up here. Behind the Three of Cups is the Justice card. So yeah, it may have something to do with court. It may have something to do with the law, rules, regulation, jurisdiction. Yeah, it could definitely have something to do with like lawyer energy. I don't know what this is. Could involve a Libra as well, of course, but it looks like it's karma. You guys are going to be celebrating karma again with this King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius man. You guys are going to be celebrating karma, celebrating a more balanced, fair, harmonious way of existing. Let's get the third week of May out for you, Aquarius. What's going on for Aquarius the third week of May 2019? Please give me one card to best represent and explain that. We have the Eight of Wands coming out. A lot of wand energy. Yeah, I'd say. Now we have the Knight of Wands. So this third week of May is definitely putting an emphasis on fast movement. Both the Eight and the Knight of Wands are both very fast moving energies. I mean, very fast. These are both messengers as well. So both of these cards coming out here, the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands, to clarify it, basically a fast message. There could be something that's very quickly expressed after, I mean, finally, Aquarius, after you're released from whatever this was burdening you at the second week of May, the third week, you're like ready to pick up speed, and other things around you are ready to pick up speed as well. This could be someone charging to you, or you could be taking on this fiery energy to express something. But there is a passionate message coming to you guys that is expressed the third week of May. Underneath the Knight of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands. Aquarius, you guys are fired up. Like, have you seen all the fire? We've had Eight of Wands. We have 10 of Wands. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands. So I'm seeing 7, 8, 9, 10 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So there's something here that you want to express. No wonder you're holding so much. You know, this could be hanging on passionately to something. You know, there could have been something that you were hanging on to for passionate reasons. You know, the Ten of Wands is a hard worker because he doesn't just do that for the hell of it. Like, he's very passionate about that bundle of wands, even though I guess he's very passionate about completing that thing. And so he's working really hard, standing up for it. A lot of fire here. So some of you are definitely dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. You may have fire in your chart. I feel like the Aquariuses that I'm reading for have heavy, important fire in their chart, or there's just fiery people around you. Fire is not a bad thing. It's very warm. It's light. It's spiritual. It's expressive and creative. This is like a perfect breeding ground for manifestation. So third week of May, definitely some kind of passionate message coming in. This is a Sagittarius for some of you. The Knight of Wands to me is a Sagittarius energy, and we do have the Ace of Wands with that. So I think all this fire is really healing you. It's allowing your destiny to come in. I do see the Four of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. I did just see the Devil card as well. So some of you guys are also dealing with that kind of energy, maybe a Capricorn or something else. But I just saw the slightest indication of the Devil card with the King of Swords. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are communicating with a significant Capricorn, but this looks like a spark, okay? The Ace of Wands is a new passionate beginning elsewhere, and you're getting that message coming in. This is an Ace of Wands message coming in some point in May, but for the majority of you, it looks as if the timing for this is the third week of May. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the fourth week of May, Aquarius. What's going on the fourth week of May for Aquarius 2019, May 2019. Last week of May, fourth and final week. What's going on? All right, the Nine of Wands is coming out. It did look like it reversed, but the way I picked it up was right up. And look at who's at the bottom of your deck for your entire reading for May until we clarify. This Knight of Wands. So Aquarius, there's something that you want to do or say. There's something that someone outside of you wants to do or say. I mean, the Knight of Wands is an energy of someone charging in very quickly because they're on a quest for passion. Like, this is a quest for passion. All of you are going to be passionate about different things. All of you are standing up and defending different things in May. But this looks like there is some Aquariuses out there who are very, very passionate about a person, place, or thing. I mean, we have fire, 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 and the Ten of Pentacles. So a lot of you guys, this is a career fire I'm picking up on. Or the future, the fire of your future is coming up here. Okay, your future is on fire, Aquarius, like, and not in a bad way. Like, it's just hot and sizzling and very Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. A lot of passionate messages, a lot of passion that I'm picking up on. Passion, passion, passion. I mean, you have all fire. This is crazy. And this has something to do with some kind of quest that you're on, because the knights are all on quests. So someone here may be on a quest for passion. Someone here, there might be a message coming in about that, or this is about action, because the Knight of Wands is all about action too. So very interesting. Someone here is wanting to take action towards their passion. I'm hearing towards my dreams, you know. So let's just break some of this down, and then we'll clarify some of this sizzling hot fire, Aquarius. The first week of May, now I want to say again, I am recording on May 12th, and to me, that is the second week of May. So the majority of you will either be watching the second week of May, 3rd or 4th. And just keep in mind, any of this can happen at any time. This is just the way that I'm breaking it down. So this is probably something that most of you have already experienced because it was the first week of May. So this is how you entered May. This is the start of your May. That 10 of Pentacles, okay, coming out. Let's talk about the 10 of Pentacles first. This, again, is talking about future financial security, financial success. To me, the 10 of Pentacles is always some kind of career. And it is a 10, so there are completions happening in the career to consider, Aquarius. There are completions happening in your family, in your home to consider as well, because the 10 of Pentacles is that home vibration. But it's talking about the finances that come into your home, the finances that belong to your family. So that brings up things like inheritance, what is it, something that's inherited to you, or family money, there's another word that I'm looking for, not inheritance, but just, I guess some kind of financial payout or insurance, something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some of you guys there could be some fighting going on about that. Okay, I don't know if there was like a death to a family member or a divorce, but this could be for some of you that there is some fighting going on in the home or the career. And it might be about inheritance. It might be about the future financial security. There does look to be something that you need to stand up for. I feel like this is you, Aquarius, standing up against competition. There is competition for a certain, you know, job position or something like that. And please relate this to your family as well, because some of you guys, this is just, I said funny, money arguments in the family maybe. Interesting. Over inheritance, because I do see people of all ages here in this 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, Aquarius, there's something going on here that involves standing up against people who may not want the best for your future. You know, there are 6 people to consider who are down here, and they're below you. So this is talking about someone who's in a lesser position of you, perhaps at a career, or just someone who's not where you are financially. Because what I'm seeing here is someone worked to get here. This is the 10 of Pentacles. You know, someone definitely worked their way to the top here. And now they're having to fight off, you know, certain energy that is connected to people who are below you that may be just kind of competing. It's like the king of the hill kind of energy. So it's almost like a boss energy, almost like an emperor energy. So the first week of May looked like you were fighting for something in your career, or fighting maybe even yourself about something going on in your career or family. But it is very futuristic, and you guys might be fighting a completion. To me, this is like Aquarius, they're at a certain job, they're doing a certain thing for money, and there are completions happening in that area of your life that you are fighting, that you're standing up for maybe. Okay, because this is kind of like an ending. There's a desperate need here to start something new financially in May, by the end of May. I do feel that there's kind of an internal battle taking place with that may be manifesting through your coworkers and family members around you. What's going on inside you as far as your career. And that makes a lot of sense because Scorpio is your 10th house of career. So we do have a full moon in Scorpio on May 18th, and that's probably why career completions are coming up. Those were in effect the first week of May, even though the third week of May is when the Scorpio full moon. We did have a new moon in Taurus. So it's really interesting that family and career is coming up for you, Aquarius, because we have a new moon and a full moon in both those areas of your life. The new moon in Taurus was your fourth house of family and home environment. That could have brought up, you know, some new intentions there, or maybe even, you know, it could have brought some awareness to some of the more friction-based energies in your home. There's just something that needs to complete and start new in both of those areas. Something new in the family, something old in the career. Does that make sense? That's how it's going to play out for most of you. And that's how you entered May. You know, ready to stand for something. Some of you guys are standing up for your careers and what it is that you do. You're very passionate about this, and so as far as these new beginnings and endings happening in your family and in your career, you know, it may be causing some competition within you or with other people. It's hard to say. I guess we'll just clarify that and see what's going on. So that was the first week of May. Let's head into the second week of May, which is kind of what we've been experiencing over the past few days. We have that Ten of Wands coming out but in the reverse, which I do like to see this in the reverse, because upright, remember, this was your underlying energy at the beginning of the video. Some kind of burden that you guys are releasing the second week of May. Again, that huge rely, sorry, not rely. Maybe some people are relying on you and you're putting an end to that. Somebody's leaning too much on you when you have your own battles to fight and you're going through your own stuff. So like I said, your plate is pretty full, Aquarius, so it's not exactly like there's nothing, it's not to be taken in the wrong context. You guys are extremely nice people. You're always helping out groups of people. You're humanitarians, but even the humanitarian, even the aliens, okay, have so much to do in their own realms, and you know, this is like an otherworldly kind of burden. Otherworldly burdens coming up here too, Aquarius, being channeled right now. And so there might be someone that's relying on you, but what I meant to say is there's a huge sigh of relief going on here. And the second week of May, you guys are going to be granted with the relief of, you're going to be granted with the relief from something that was very heavy. I think you guys have been carrying this for a while, especially because you have 2 10s. So the first 2 weeks of May, there are these completions and endings to consider. You're definitely wrapping up some kind of cycle. Again, it could be fire. You have fire and earth here. You don't have any water or air, so the only 2 elements you have is earth and fire. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, very important for May. But also there is a missing element of water and air. So, you know, maybe this means you guys are working really hard at logic, and you're working really hard in reality, in your passionate reality, okay, expressing things financially. Your financial expression is coming up here, and how passionate you are about the tangible things that you own, your finances, your worth. That makes sense, because it's Taurus season this half of the month, and then we move into Gemini season, which will be your 5th house of pleasure. We're moving from the 4th house to the 5th house for you, Aquarius, this month. So very, very interesting that just fire and earth is here. I think you're trying to ground your passions, but that concerns me about the analytical side of your emotions. Like, there may be no emotional truth here, because there is a missing element of what you think and what you feel, Aquarius. So what are you thinking and what are you feeling amongst all this fire? Okay, so trial by fire is coming up here, especially because we had the Libra card show up. But you're ending a burden. There's something that you're letting go and dropping the burden. And please do not feel bad about that if you're changing a job or if you're moving out of a family situation that was too burdensome. Because for some of you, this is a career burden that you're letting go. There was a lot of competition in a career or in a family situation or in a home. It's very financial. It has to do with your success in the future, and you know, it just involved too much hostility or competition, so you're letting that burden go. And because of that, you're moving into the 3rd week of May, ready to launch. There's some kind of launch, and it could be a new career that's launching. There could be arrows very much shooting here. Now we do have the 7, the 8, and the 9, which I think is really interesting. 7 of Wands, and then 8, and now the 10 is here in the middle. But 7, 8, 9, 10. Literally, you have the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10 of Wands. So this is a story being told after some kind of burden is released. Because of that energy, you move into the 3rd week with something flying. This could be travel. Some of you guys could be traveling in an airplane the 3rd week of May. This could be messages on the internet. This could be just maybe travel and messages. There could be a message here about travel. There could be somewhere that you can travel now that you've let this burden go. There could be money far away for you. This may be something that involves traveling for money, traveling for a career, something like that going on in the 3rd week. I just feel like there's going to be something that takes off very quickly the 3rd week of May, because it's being represented by the 8 of Wands. This is a Sagittarius energy as well. I think it's a Mercury and Sagittarius vibe. So, you know, expressing yourself at a very rapid rate, Aquarius, or other people expressing themselves to you at a very rapid rate. I mean, this is a lot of energy coming in the third week of May that's going to manifest in different ways for all of you. It could be the Scorpio full moon that brings certain completions, death, and rebirth to your future, to your legacy. You know, there is a full moon in your midheaven, Aquarius, and this has to do with your destiny. So no wonder there are certain things being shed from you in order for you to align better with your future, especially the success of that future, because you have a full moon in Scorpio, meaning that what you do as far as a career is constantly transforming. But there is definitely something coming in very quickly. This could be you expressing yourself or someone else. I get the vibe that this is something coming to you, Aquarius, and it could be a person, place, or thing. We're going to clarify this Eight of Wands. Again, air travel, some messages from the internet, something very quick. Things are just going to pick up speed, okay, the third week of May. Things could be seeming a lot faster. You could have a lot more email, a lot more emails, a lot more text messages, a lot more phone calls coming in. I mean, I feel a very busy vibe here. And then we have the Nine of Wands to represent how you're ending May. So after all that energy, you're going to have a lot to defend. You may seem a little bit defensive at the end of May, Aquarius. There may be something that you need to guard, that you need to protect. You know, this could be other people too feeling defensive in the situation. I mean, there's a battle here that basically took place underneath it all. And so this is talking about, you know, having gone through all these battles, this is not the end of that, because, well, maybe it is, Aquarius, for you. Because you do have the Ten of Wands telling me that there is a completion here. But for some reason, it might be like a setback a little bit. Especially because we move from the 7 to the 10 to the 8 and then back to the 9. So there's some kind of final battle taking place here, Aquarius. Some kind of final battle in your life, whatever it might be. Because this is the final battle card. This is the Wounded Warrior card. So this is somebody who's been through a whole hell of a lot, who's still ready, and they're in the stance, they're in the mode to do it all again. This person's very wounded. Someone here could be suffering from headaches or something like that because of just the amount of pressure that's going on here. But yeah, you're ready to endure it. This is not a bad card. It does speak to battles and feeling wounded and all in the fights and stuff like that, but it also speaks to someone who's ready to endure more. They're getting back up again. It speaks of strength and perseverance. So you're going to be persevering, Aquarius. Seriously. At the end of May. Now, we have the Knight of Wands here. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Page of Cups and the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is a little bit different. There is a passionate message here coming in May that has something to do with this whole reading. And again, that could be a Sagittarius, an Aries, a Leo. It could be someone else. I do want to mention the Knight of Wands can be kind of in and out. This could be a fire sign or just someone in your life who comes in at random times. You know, they're never really persistent about things. This could be an energy that you're taking on too, Aquarius. You know, as far as romantically, the Knight of Wands is someone who has a kind of on and off again connection. Like you don't know logically what this connection is, but there is passion there that comes in spurts. Like the Knight of Wands comes in spurts because he is a very Sagittarius energy, which is mutable fire, and mutable fire is adaptable. They adapt to, you know, Sagittarius energy, or this, in this case, this Knight of Wands mutable fire energy has to adapt to their passion. So this may be very well what you need. You may need to take on this energy. Sagittarius could very well help you with you. So if you have any Sagittarius energy in your chart, that could help. If you have any Sagittarius people around you, Aquarius, I feel that they're very beneficial. Not that Aries and Leo aren't, but with this amount of fire, it could really help you be more adaptable, be more in and out. And again, that could be manifesting in situations with you. That could be someone in your life who's in and out because they're just kind of mirroring what it is that your life is very mutably passionate right now, Aquarius. There's a lot going on, a lot of fire, a lot to express. So, you know, that's just a little bit about that Knight of Wands. Perhaps an energy, again, that you need to take on during this quest that you're on in May. There's a lot of fire here, you know, and, you know, air, you guys are air signs, and fire and air are very suitable for each other because fire needs oxygen. Okay, so there is something there with that. This is your opposite element, you know, so it's not water, it's it's not air, it's not earth. There's a lot of fire here is what I'm trying to say. Now, the Five of Pentacles, there is some conflict here financially. And I did pick up on that with the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands anyway. Because of that, somebody here may be temporarily without a job, whether it's you or a friend or someone around you, Aquarius. There is this energy here of financial conflict. Feeling left out in the cold. Some of you may feel left out in the cold by a fire sign, or a fire sign may be left out in the cold by you, specifically a Sagittarius. Yeah, it could be in the workplace. If you guys work with any fire signs, this is coming up here. Or if you work with any fired up people. Now, I did just hear fired. And that's a whole different thing, but you know, the word fired and career. So someone here may get fired or have to fire someone, or someone here just may be walking away from a certain job, because there is some poverty here for someone. There's definitely someone here who's going through financial conflict, maybe even homelessness. For those of you who guys are dealing with this in the home as well, this is both, you know, the Ten of Pentacles talks about home and career. The Five of Pentacles talks about homelessness and poverty. So home and money is coming up here a lot for you, Aquarius, because of the full and new moon cycle. Taurus and Scorpio energy. Your resources and the resources that belong to others. So this could simply just be a feeling that you have in May. It's usually a fear. You know, some of you may not be actually unemployed, you may not be actually experiencing homelessness and poverty, but because of the conflict and the competition and the friction that you're dealing with in family, home, and career this month, you guys could just be feeling at a loss for something. Like sometimes this is just the fear that you won't have enough money in the future. Your future is coming up here a lot in May. You know, not just the next week or a couple months away. Like, you guys are thinking about the next 10 years of your life. So we've got some very responsible and mature Aquariuses watching. For some of you, I really do feel like there was a job that was just burdening you so much, and you tried to fight. You tried to stay in that fight and hold off as long as you could, but you just had to end that burden. I think that you're meant to, and once you release that burden, there's going to be something else that is able to launch. Okay? Now, some of you guys, there is a left out in the cold energy here as far as love. Okay, we do have a little bit of love coming up here. For those of you who are interested, we have the Page of Cups. So this is a younger water sign energy, somebody who's expressing themselves very youthfully, very childlike-y, not in a bad way, but it's a very childlike gesture of love. For some of you, it could be literally a child around you if you guys have children. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here, or anyone here who is, you know, expressing themselves in an emotional way. It's a romantic gesture. So it's not a king or a knight of cups, so it's not fully developed yet. It's very young. It was just born, this love, this feeling. This is a very new feeling, Aquarius, that someone that has, or that you have, or someone around you. Now, this could be an apology as well. The Page of Cups is sometimes an apology. Someone could be apologizing here for poverty, or for leaving someone out in the cold. Someone here could be apologizing for career conflict, or something that needs to change financially. The Five of Pentacles is something that needs to change financially, because it's become way too much of a burden. So again, somebody could be apologizing for leaving someone out in the cold emotionally. Someone could be apologizing for, you know, the lack of resources, the lack of like homelessness or something like that. Any kind of feeling like that, it could be attached to an apology, but it is also a new love offer. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, Aquarius, some of you guys have someone coming back from the past. You guys have some soulmate energy here. These are two indications of a child as well. So if you're not dealing with a child, though some of you are, this is definitely children energy, both of these. But it's also a soulmate energy. And that makes sense because you guys are going through 5th house energy. Gemini season is going to be really cool for you guys because it's 5 houses away from you. It's a lot easier of an aspect than what Taurus made. Taurus squared you guys. So that no wonder there's a lot of conflict coming up in the career and in the home, because Taurus brings up compromise. Okay, there was a lot of compromising in the home. There was a lot of compromising in the career that became a burden. But once that ends in May, it's like you're moving into Gemini season, which is an air sign. You guys are going to be able to speak that language literally. The end of May looks a lot better, okay? And it is the 5th house of romance, so pleasure, creativity, and we've got some of that coming up from the past, okay, Aquarius? This could definitely be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio coming back from the past. I do see Pisces here with the Page of Cups because we have the fish, Or it just might be a very nostalgic love offer. Like, this may not be the first time that you felt this emotion. It's very nostalgic, okay? Very nostalgic energy here with the Six of Cups. I feel like it could either be a Scorpio as well. This is a Scorpio energy. Pisces, Scorpio energy at the, not at the end of May, but just at some point in May. This is all the underlying energy. Something that you're waiting for. We do have Taurus here. So Taurus season was spent pretty much trapped in your head. We have the Eight of Swords. Someone here could be in prison as well. Someone here could be waiting on a commitment for someone who's trapped elsewhere, whether that be in real prison, real jail, or if they're just stuck in their head somewhere. It could be you, Aquarius, who has a little bit of negative thoughts, feeling kind of trapped and blindfolded. Okay, but we have a Taurus showing up here, and this could be Taurus season. It could be a marriage, or it could be just talking about something traditional or some kind of commitment that you're waiting on. I do feel like someone here is waiting on a commitment, but I also feel like this is about Taurus season and how it was spent with you taking a step back, observing what has grown and what has not. This is a reap what you sow energy, okay? So someone here has been waiting on something, and it could have been something from the past, you know? Someone here is still waiting on someone from the past for that love offer. There might be an apology coming here. In relation to children, or someone might be apologizing from your past or apologizing about the past. This is an apology from the past coming up here. And then again, this Five of Pentacles, definitely some financial challenges. Okay, this is your underlying energy here. Okay, definitely some financial challenges that you're charging away from passionately. You're on a new quest away from poverty and homelessness, and that's why you're showing up as someone who's very serious and fired up in May. Alright, you're definitely on a very fiery quest. This is a quest for fire. This is a quest for passion. Now let's clarify some of this, Aquarius, so that we have even more of a better idea of what's going on. So please clarify the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands for Aquarius at the beginning of May. Why is the Ten of Pentacles? Now that is way too much, but this seems to be a message for someone else. Someone here watching may be dealing with a Gemini or a twin flame. Okay, we have the Lovers card, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So this looks like someone who might have went through a separation from a twin flame. I do see that for some of you. I do feel that some others of you are dealing with emotional distance. There could be someone who is at an emotional distance from you, or they could literally be a long distance relationship. With the Lovers card and the Queen of Cups, it could be a water sign with Gemini energy, or it could be a Gemini with water sign energy. You guys could be dealing with water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This could be your energy. But, yeah, this is an emotional connection. This is a connection that needs nurtured, and it needs kindness and generosity, like the Queen of Cups. Someone here may have a very psychic connection with someone. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. So you're being told to master your emotions about this connection, Aquarius, whatever that might mean. You know, we have the Nine of Cups here, so this is like a wish come true. Some of you guys are actually wishing for either you or another person to separate with someone else, because this does look like there was a third party. There's definitely a decision here to make in regards to love, all right? And it's an emotional decision. Some of you guys have to decide what emotionally fulfills you the most. And in that case, Aquarius, just understanding and deciding what connection that you need to nurture most, what decision you need to make emotionally based on your fulfillment, it may result in heartbreak for someone. It may result in a separation for someone, okay? I don't know why that came out. The underlying energy is the Six of Swords, so this is someone who's moving on. That was a message for the Aquariuses out there who are moving on, or someone's moving on from you, okay? Getting to more stable waters. Someone here definitely needs to get to more stable waters, because there is an emotional connection. These people are joined emotionally, okay? There's definitely a connection there that needs to be nurtured, but both of the people need to be balanced and stable emotionally. That looked like a Scorpio to me for most of you, in a Gemini energy. All right, so why is the Ten of Pentacles? Okay, either way, it's just love, Aquarius. Like, I don't know why this is being clarified by love, but I guess there's just some Aquariuses out there that need to hear this. There is new love that could have entered, okay? It could have been a child. There could be children here. The Ace of Cups is like sometimes the new birth of a child, but you guys are feeling new things, okay, in May. And I know there's all that career stuff going on too, but on top of everything, talk about the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, there's this new offer coming in close to the beginning of May or at some point in May, and that's just, you know, it's going to cause some stress. There is a lot of financial stress here. Someone could be juggling work and home life, work and love. Someone here is also juggling, like, maybe more than one person. There's just a lot of juggling to consider here, and that makes sense because we already seen the Ten of Pentacles down there with the Seven of Wands, and now we have this Ace of Cups being offered to someone. Now, this is a new emotional offer, whatever that might mean. It's going to make you feel new emotion. This might be emotion that you've pent up for a long time, and now in the beginning of May, you're able to release that. You are juggling emotion, basically what you feel about a career as well. Behind the Two of Pentacles, we have the Sun card. So this could be a specific Leo. I do feel that there are children involved for some of you guys, because the Sun card is a young child if it's not a Leo, or some of you guys are juggling two different careers that make you happy in two different ways. Like, someone here is juggling enlightenment, juggling happiness, juggling joy, like really trying to, you know, have that career balance, because this does speak to balance, you guys. The Two of Pentacles is also balance financially, which is something that I think you guys want for May. But I do want to mention, this does talk about a choice. The Two of Pentacles is sometimes also a choice. And it's like, some of you guys are out there really having anxiety about this happiness. You're worrying about something. Maybe a child, or you're worrying about something that would make you happy, but you're juggling this other thing elsewhere. Yeah, we have the Tower here. Like, career balance is really important to you guys. There could be some sudden endings or beginnings, certain shock. Could be dealing with, like, this could be like court money, like money in regards to the law, you know what I mean? But this is like some kind of shocking ending in May. You guys could be having anxiety about that ending. Again, the Two of Swords, there's definitely some kind of choice to make after, or maybe this is a choice that ended something and it may shock someone, but it was all for financial balance, even if you have to endure a little bit of worry and anxiety. Because this is about your happiness. This is about no longer juggling, no longer being burdened or carrying a heavy weight. But again, this is clarifying the Ace of Cups. So whatever this new offer is, it could be a new job or something. Wow. I almost want to clarify that Ace of Cups. But you're just juggling a lot, Aquarius. You're trying to stay happy and positive, but there is some anxiety here as well. There's financial anxiety here, financial stress. Let's see what this Ten of Pentacles is about. I may clarify that Ace of Cups. Ten of Wands. Wow, okay. I don't know if I said Ten of Pentacles or Ten of Wands, but this is coming out here. The Ten of Wands with the Five of Pentacles. We already know that card has shown up for you so far in May. So, yeah. This makes a lot of sense to me. This burden in May, it's a financial burden for sure. For some of you guys, this is the ending to a financial burden of poverty, or the ending to feeling burdened and left out in the cold financially. Some of you guys are in situations where the burdens financially are all on you. Even though there's all these people living in this home, it's like, and there's definitely maybe children in that home, young adults, and then there's this older man. Like, there's a lot of different age groups in this home, or in this working at this career. And that might be why there's competition, because everyone's expressing themselves from a different maturity level, from a different point of experience. You see what I mean? But yeah, this is someone who is no longer carrying around the burden of poverty. And, you know, someone here may align with the law of abundance, because this, to me, like, anyone who aligns with the law of abundance is dropping a burden of poverty forever. If you're aligning with the law of abundance, you're essentially aligning with the promise and the fact that there is always enough to go around. And Aquarius, you're a very collective person, so you guys understand connections through other people. You understand the infinite connection. Like, you got to know someone that can help you. There's always someone with something, you know, there's always help around. The world is too collective for anyone to truly feel this way, even though we do. And that's because we need to connect more. But yeah, this has something to do with a financial burden. Someone may lose a home here, or, you know, you guys are walking away from certain career and home stuff. So this could be a temporary feeling of poverty or joblessness. It could be a temporary feeling of homelessness, or just, you know, ending a burden to where you feel left out in the cold. I think this is about financial conflict and ending burdens as far as that. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. So again, there's this love offer here, even though there's many stories being told. No wonder there's just fire here, because fire is definitely aligned with love as well, expressing, and you know, so I understand that, because now fire is coming out in a different way. Now it's coming out in that love way, because we have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So these are love offers being offered to you guys, or just new emotion the first 2 weeks of May, clarified right here. So it might be an apology. This is the second time that the Page of Cups and the Five of Pentacles has come out. So someone here may really be apologizing for leaving a job. Like, I'm sorry, you know, like this just was causing me too much financial conflict. It was too much of a burden. It was too much. So I'm sorry. Or for those of you who aren't apologizing for like financial conflict, or you know, something that needed to change. This was definitely something that needed to change at a financial level, because it was too much of a burden. If this is a love offer, after this burden is dropped, you know, because there is a love story being told here as well. After this burden is dropped the second week of May, you're coming out of the cold, coming out of these burdens, and there may be new feelings coming in, you know. Again, the Page of Cups is not the King of Cups. He's not the Knight of Cups. So I love this though. This is the kind of love that we feel as young kids, you know what I mean? It's like a crush energy. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing that it's the Page of Cups. It's just, it's not as grounded or as in pursuit like the Knight or the King would be. But still, there is this very coy, it's very cute and coy offer here. Very, very cute and childlike feeling. Someone may make someone feel like a child again. And right underneath that, again, is that Six of Cups. So if there is a soulmate returning from the past, or if there is a feeling of nostalgicness, it probably is most likely felt the first and the second week of May. Let's go ahead and see this Eight of Wands. Why is the Eight of Wands here for Aquarius the third week of May? Why is the Eight of Wands here for Aquarius in the third week of May? Eight of Wands. The Sun card. Okay, so there is some happiness here, Aquarius, coming in, okay, and that is a very vague message, okay, so what I can say, because this is a general reading, the third week of May is all about launching your own happiness. For some of you, that's launching your own business or something, but this is the pursuit of happiness. Literally, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if somebody knows that movie or something, but this is something that's in pursuit. It's on something that's on the way very quickly, and this is happiness. So the pursuit of happiness is your third week of May. There's something on the way that is launched the third week of May that is going to bring enlightenment. It's going to bring joy. It might be somebody's child who's traveling to or from. It might be somebody's son. Somebody's son might be traveling here, or you might get a message from your child or something like that. If not, this is a message that really brings in joy and happiness. This is the happiest card. So somebody's going to be feeling pretty happy the third week of May, and it looks like this might be something to do with love. There's definitely a Leo here, and Leo is the opposite sign of you, Aquarius. So if you're dealing with a Leo, that's really interesting, because you guys are automatically in a relationship anyway, because we do have the Two of Cups. So this could potentially be about some kind of choice that someone makes the third week of May. This could also be about a reconciliation with a Leo, because we have the Sun and then we have this Lion here. But this could also be a strong emotional connection that someone has with someone. Very soulmate energy. Some of you guys are going to be joining forces with someone emotionally, having a very emotional conversation with someone the third week of May. Ooh, alright. Underneath that is the Moon card. So either this is something that you're afraid of, this is something that you don't quite see coming yet, or this is a Pisces. It could be a Cancer too, but this is the ruling card for Pisces. So some of you guys, this is a reconciliation with a Pisces, or it's just, oh goodness, Queen of Cups. Like, yeah, this is about the Scorpio moon, because the Queen of Cups to me is a Scorpio woman, and the moon, like, so this is about the Scorpio moon taking place on May 3rd. And for you guys, this is just quick happiness. Like, things are going to start moving a lot faster. And this is like moving to the light. Things are going to not only start moving faster, but they're moving faster towards the light after a time period of burdens and being left out in the cold. Left out in the cold with these burdens for sure. You know, again, with the emotional stability here, yeah, there's something going on here, Aquarius, between a soulmate and a twin flame. I don't know if somebody was at a distance, and by the third week of May, towards the end of the month, they're able to travel to you or something. because you had the Lovers. Like, this is a very magical connection. Could be with a Virgo or a Gemini. I do see Gemini here, but it's just communication at a long distance, even though emotionally there's a soul connection. But this is about the Scorpio moon. Someone may have a Scorpio moon here or a Gemini moon, but to me, this is definitely there's a choice to make. All right, the Lovers and the Two of Cups, that's a choice to make. I don't know if this is hidden from you, but it's interesting you're having the moon card. Could be Pisces, but this is talking about the Scorpio full moon. So for some of you guys, that's bringing in happiness and love, but there is a secret decision that someone may have to choose between two people secretly here by the 3rd week of May, and it does look like a soul connection, a soulmate. Could be afraid of it. There could be secrets, okay? But that's very interesting, Aquarius. Let's get the, okay, 3 of Swords wanted to come out, and I do see the 2 of Cups in the Hierophant. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, but this to me looks like, it looks like a choice. Like someone here might be married or something, but we have the 3 of Swords. So someone here might be getting out of a commitment elsewhere to choose soulmate energy. Because with this energy, this looks like the separation of a marriage, separation from a Taurus. 3rd party that some of you guys are definitely dealing with. But some of you guys are, maybe it's about your emotional fulfillment. You know, there's an ending. There's definitely an ending that takes place here for someone watching. But it looks like one that you want to happen, so that, like, this commitment ends so that you can be emotionally fulfilled elsewhere. Please clarify the 9 of Wands for Aquarius. Why is the 9 of Wands here? And it's that Hierophant that wants to come out. So yeah, there's a very defensive Taurus here. Someone here might be defending or protecting what they believe. There might be some marriage battles here. Someone here might still be in like a custody battle or a marriage battle. Aquarius, the underlying energy for your whole reading though is the Lovers. So Gemini energy, but also twin flame, like just some kind of connection here that you're experiencing. And you guys may be in multiple connections with people. Like there could be a connection you need to get out of before this new love can reach you. I know you guys are going through career stuff too, but the cards that I clarified with seemed to tell a whole other story. You know, of course this burden is ending. You know, there are new feelings that you're feeling in May for sure. Could even be a slight indication of crying or something like that. But this is new love, okay? After getting out of the cold, there is happiness here. I don't know if someone here is separated from a child because of custody shit. But this looks like a very happy separation. Like, someone here is definitely happier separate from someone or just on their own or something. You might need to speak from the heart, have a heart-to-heart conversation. Because I'm picking up on certain Aquariuses that just have a lot of different connections. This marriage that you guys might be married at a soul level to somebody, but at the same time there are these friendships and soulmate relationships coming up. Like, you'll have to let your feelings guide you when it comes to that, Aquarius. Because some of you guys are definitely dealing with more than one person. 3rd party indications. Some of you are married, you know. So this is talking about commitment, specific Taurus energy, but this is about what you believe. It's interesting that we have Taurus and Gemini here because those are the zodiac seasons this month. So again, Taurus is your 4th house of home. So you're going through home and family stuff at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month, you're going through 5th house energy of creativity with Gemini. So when the sun enters Gemini, there may be some romantic stuff coming up here. We have the Lovers and the High Priestess. Yeah, some of you guys have a secret choice to make. You need to follow your intuition about these connections because it's like there's this split energy. There's this dual connection here. All right. It's like a very intuitive connection. It's very secret. Something that you don't know, Aquarius. You might not be aware of this. You may not know. It may not have been revealed to you yet, this connection. This is a connection that hasn't been revealed to you yet, but you've been able to feel it intuitively, but it's connected to this choice, this path, this crossroads. And also some of you just might be emotionally bored. Like, you're emotionally bored, so you're waiting on a realistic offer to come from elsewhere. And this is about comfort and growth too. Like, holy crap, you guys have some decisions to make in love that have not been revealed to you yet. Follow your intuition, Aquarius, about this. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there, Aquarius. Hopefully that resonated with you guys, and if it did, and you'd like me to take a look at your personal energy, then please check my description box, and everything you need to know will be in there as far as how to reach me. Other than that, guys, you can check my Taurus new moon video out. That's already up, and I will be coming on here to talk about the Scorpio full moon in about a week. And if I don't see you guys there, then I'll talk to you in June. Bye!